For more than 400 years, Shakespeare's Hamlet has been called one of the greatest plays of all time. But why? What is it about this story that makes it such a powerful and timeless tragedy? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and really look at the anatomy of this masterpiece. The entire play really boils down to this one question. Is the Prince of Denmark this noble hero on a righteous quest for justice? Or is he just a guy, completely paralyzed by his own thoughts? Let's dig in and find the answer together. Okay, so to really get to the heart of who Hamlet is, we first have to understand what a tragedy actually is. And believe it or not, it's not just a story with a sad ending. There's a very specific formula at play here, one that was written down thousands of years ago. Yup, you heard that right. There is literally a blueprint for this stuff, and we have the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle to thank for it. He basically reverse-engineered the great tragedies of his day to figure out what made them tick, and in doing so, he laid out a set of rules that storytellers have been using ever since. So what does that actually mean? Well, according to Aristotle, a tragedy isn't just about random bad things happening. No, it's a serious story that's specifically designed to make the audience feel two things: pity for the hero and fear. Fear that we could make the same mistakes. And the whole point, the end game, is to achieve something he called catharsis. And here are the key ingredients from his tragedy toolkit. First, you need hamartia. That's the hero's big, fatal flaw. Then comes peripeteia, a crazy, sudden reversal of fortune. After that, anagnorisis, the oh no moment when the hero finally realizes a critical truth. And it all leads to catharsis, that huge emotional payoff for the audience. So how does our guy, Prince Hamlet, fit into this ancient recipe? Now this is where things get really interesting. See, Shakespeare takes Aristotle's classic formula and gives it this incredibly modern twist. At first glance, Hamlet checks all the classic boxes. Noble birth? Check. He's the Prince of Denmark. He's a man with a strong moral compass. And he is incredibly smart and thoughtful. He's a good person, someone you want to root for. But then, there's the flaw. And this is what sets Hamlet apart from almost every other tragic hero. Think about it. Macbeth's flaw was ambition. Othello's was jealousy. These are big, powerful, active flaws. But Hamlet's flaw, his hamartia, is completely internal. It's his indecision, his constant overthinking and delay. His tragedy isn't about what he does. It's about what he fails to do. And that right there is why Hamlet is often called the first great psychological tragedy. The most important battlefield isn't a castle or a kingdom. It's the sprawling, messy landscape of Hamlet's own mind. What it comes down to is Hamlet is fighting a war on two fronts. The external conflict, that's pretty straightforward. It's Hamlet versus his murderous uncle Claudius. But the real fight, the one that's way more intense, is the internal one. It's Hamlet versus himself. It's this vicious battle between his duty to get revenge and his own moral compass. And all the while, you're left wondering, is his madness even real? Or is it just another tactic in this war he's waging inside his own head? And of course, no line in history captures this internal war better than this one. This isn't just a guy thinking about ending it all. It's so much deeper. It's a profound question about what it means to exist, to act, to live, or to die. It's the ultimate expression of a mind at war with itself. And that's what makes him feel so modern and so relatable. So, with a hero this trapped inside his own head, how does the play possibly deliver that huge emotional punch, that catharsis that Aristotle was talking about? Well, it all comes together in a devastating but absolutely perfectly constructed finale. The path to that payoff is basically a three-step process. First, we watch Hamlet suffer, and it just breaks our hearts, arousing pity. Then, we see his doubt and his hesitation, and we see a little bit of our own weaknesses in him, and that makes us feel fear. And finally, when it all comes to its bloody end, we, the audience, get to experience this massive release, a kind of purification of all those intense emotions. That is catharsis. But wow, that emotional release comes at a staggering price. In the play's final chaotic moments, the stage is just littered with bodies. Hamlet, the villain Claudius, his mother Gertrude, Laertes, they all die. Order is finally restored to the kingdom, sure, but only after pretty much the entire royal family has been wiped out. Which brings us to our final question. After all the philosophy, all the bloodshed, and all the tragedy, why do we keep coming back to this 400-year-old play? Why does it still matter? I think the reason it endures is actually pretty simple. It gives us a tragic hero who is just impossibly complex. It dives into the human mind in a way no play ever had before. It perfectly balances sword fights and action with these deep philosophical questions. And it wrestles with themes that are never going away: life, death, morality, and what it even means to be human. At the end of the day, Hamlet isn't just a story about some prince in Denmark. It's a mirror. It's a mirror held up to our own lives, our own doubts, and our own struggles. Its real greatness is its uncanny ability to reflect the human condition. And the play's final question, it's not just for Hamlet, it's for all of us. When you're faced with the impossible, what do you choose to do?